Am I the butthole for confronting my stalker at a family gathering? Hey Reddit, I'm really torn about a situation that happened recently and could use some outside perspective. I 28F have been dealing with a stalker named Evan 31M for the past 6 months. It started with some unsettling messages on social media, which I initially thought were just annoying but harmless. Over time, his behavior escalated dramatically. He began showing up at my workplace, followed me around town, and even managed to get my phone number, which he used to send me more invasive messages. I took the step of reporting him to the police, but they informed me that they couldn't take significant action until he committed a more concrete crime or made a direct threat. This left me feeling quite vulnerable and anxious. I tried to keep my daily life as normal as possible, but it was a constant source of stress. Last weekend, my family hosted a large gathering at my parents' house. It was a much-needed break, with everyone enjoying good food, games, and catching up. I was looking forward to it as a way to unwind and take my mind off the ongoing harassment. Unfortunately, my sense of security was shattered when I noticed Evan hanging around the edge of the property. At first, I thought I was imagining things, but it quickly became apparent that Evan was indeed lurking nearby. Watching me from the edge of the yard, I felt a surge of panic and fear, realizing that he had somehow managed to find out where I was and was now intruding on a private family event. I was terrified but didn't want to cause a scene in front of my family. However, I couldn't ignore him either, knowing that his presence was making me feel unsafe. After a few minutes of deliberation, I decided I had to confront him. I walked up to him in front of my entire family, who had started to notice the commotion. I asked him what he was doing there and told him he was trespassing. I was firm but didn't raise my voice. I let him know that if he didn't leave immediately, I would call the police. Evan seemed caught off guard and tried to justify his presence by saying he was just in the neighborhood and wanted to talk to me. I insisted he leave, and warned him that I would follow through with my threat if he didn't. After a tense few minutes, Evan finally left, but the damage was already done. The atmosphere of the gathering was completely disrupted. My relatives were visibly upset, and there was a lot of gossip and concern about what had happened. Since then, my family has been divided in their opinions. Some members believe I did the right thing by confronting Evan and protecting myself, while others think I overreacted and created unnecessary drama. My parents, while concerned about my safety, think that I should have handled the situation more discreetly. They're worried about how this incident might affect future family gatherings and about my overall safety. I feel conflicted. On one hand, I believe I had to take action to ensure my own safety and show Evan that his behavior was unacceptable. On the other hand, I'm troubled by the fact that my actions may have caused a rift in the family and potentially made things worse for myself. I can't help but wonder if there was a better way to handle the situation that wouldn't have turned the family gathering into a dramatic scene. Could I have managed this differently? Should I have tried to keep the confrontation private or waited until a more appropriate time? So, Reddit, am I the butthole for confronting my stalker at a family gathering and causing a dramatic scene? How could I have handled this situation better?